Among the most iconic symbols in Norse mythology, few artifacts rival the cultural weight and mythical might of Mjölnir, the thunder god Thor's hammer. Instantly recognizable by its short handle and unyielding power, Mjölnir was more than just a divine weapon. It was the protector of the realms, the bringer of thunder, and the spiritual cornerstone of Norse faith. As an object of immense power and sacred symbolism, Mjölnir embodies the strength of the gods and the resilience of the people who worship them. In Old Norse, the name Mjölnir translates roughly to crusher or grinder, fitting for a hammer wielded by a god whose primary duty was to battle the giants, Jotun, that threatened the cosmic order. Crafted by the dwarven brothers Sindri and Brokkr, Mjölnir was a masterpiece of magical engineering. The legend says that Loki, the trickster god, challenged the dwarves to create gifts worthy of the gods after he mischievously cut off the golden hair of Sif, Thor's wife. To make amends, Loki promised to return with magical artifacts. Among the creations born of that challenge was Mjölnir, forged in the heart of the earth with the fire of stars. However, due to Loki's interference during its forging, a deliberate sabotage involving a flybite to distract Brokkr, the hammer was created with a flaw. Its handle was shorter than intended. Despite this imperfection, Mjölnir became one of the most powerful weapons in Norse mythology. Its ability to return to Thor's hand after being thrown, its capacity to channel lightning and thunder, and its magical influence in ceremonies made it unparalleled among mythic tools. Mjölnir's power was not limited to destruction. It was also deeply tied to the ideas of sanctification, fertility, and protection. Viking-era evidence and surviving sagas show that Mjölnir was invoked during blessings, marriages, and even childbirth. Hammers were placed in the laps of brides during wedding rituals to call upon Thor's protection and blessing. It was also used in burial rites to consecrate graves and guard the dead in the afterlife. In this way, Mjölnir bridged the gap between war and peace, violence and creation. The hammer's central role in defending Asgard, the realm of the gods, also extended to the human world, Midgard. Thor's battles with the giants weren't just divine skirmishes. They symbolized the perpetual defense of order against chaos. Each swing of Mjölnir represented not just a physical blow, but a spiritual triumph against the forces that sought to unravel the world. In a cosmology filled with threats, from frost giants to sea serpents, Mjölnir was the divine firewall keeping cosmic entropy at bay. Mjölnir also appears in some of the most dramatic and humorous tales in Norse mythology. One such tale involves the theft of the hammer by the giant Thrym, who demands the goddess Freyja as his bride in exchange for its return. To recover the weapon, Thor disguises himself as Freyja, complete with a bridal veil and gown. At the wedding feast, when the hammer is finally placed in Thor's lap as part of the marriage ceremony, he seizes it and unleashes his vengeance, slaying Thrym and the other giants. This story not only showcases the importance of Mjölnir, but also reveals the mythic imagination of the Norse people, blending humor, heroism, and cosmic significance. Archaeologically, the influence of Mjölnir is seen in numerous hammer-shaped pendants found across Scandinavia. These amulets were worn as symbols of faith and protection, especially during the time when Christianity began to spread throughout the Norse world. As crosses became more common, many pagans clung to their Mjölnir pendants as a way to assert their spiritual identity. Some even combined the two symbols in a display of cultural blending or resistance. In the modern era, Mjölnir continues to capture the imagination of scholars, spiritual seekers, artists, and fans of mythology. It's been embraced by neo-pagan communities as a sacred symbol of strength, loyalty, and divine power. In popular culture, especially through comic books and films, Mjölnir has taken on new dimensions while still echoing its ancient roots. The hammer remains a metaphor for rightful power. Only the worthy may wield it, whether in myth or metaphor. Ultimately, Mjölnir is not just a weapon of mythic destruction. It's a talisman of resilience, a symbol of faith, and a protector of balance in a world where chaos constantly looms. It reminds us that true strength lies not only in force, but in the ability to protect, to bless, and to stand firm against disorder. For the Norse, Mjölnir was more than steel and magic. It was the heartbeat of their belief system, the thunder that echoed through their stories, and the force that kept the darkness at bay.